Hey everybody, I'm here to make a confession and eat crow at the same time. So I did a video, my last video before this, about being aware that there are thieves out there. The whole point of that video was to discuss how I received a notice of alleged incident. Well, let me tell you what happened, because I was wrong and I made a mistake, and I am here to, for transparency purposes, to let you all know that I made a mistake. So what happened was that I did my deliveries up to Thursday, and then I took Friday off, and then after helping out with my father-in-law on Friday evening, or it was Saturday, I don't remember, I think it was either Friday, I think it was Saturday, because it was after my husband had used the car. So I'm, in the car, and I noticed there are some groceries on the floor behind the driver's seat. Now, typically, when I do my deliveries, I have all of my orders placed in my blue IKEA bags, which you have seen if you saw the previous videos that I posted. I put the items in the IKEA bag. So I think what happened was the associate either placed the items on the floor or the items fell out. I don't know how they got on the floor loose. They weren't in an IKEA bag or anything, but they were on the floor loose. So when I saw them in the car, I just assumed that was groceries that my husband bought, because I didn't buy them. There was a big jug of apple juice and then like a couple of Walmart bags with groceries in it. It wasn't a whole lot. And I thought my husband had bought that because, I didn't buy it. So who else would have been in the car? And he goes to Walmart a lot. So, that was an assumption I made. So then come Saturday, I think it was Saturday overnight or Saturday late night, that's when I received the alleged notification. And then I contacted support. So after a few days, I got to thinking about it. I was like, I asked my husband, I said, did you buy those groceries that were in the car? And he didn't. And I knew that I didn't. So I, of course, put two and two together that must have been the groceries that were reported as being missing. So I was wrong. So I ended up contacting support because, they weren't mine to have. And the only thing that I knew that was in those groceries was that jug of apple juice. And since then, I had already opened it and everything and put the other items away, and I wasn't paying attention because I just thought they were items that my husband bought, so I put them away. So when I contacted support, I was trying to explain what happened, and the guy over chat gave me a phone number to call because he wasn't able to resolve the issue and find out what was going on. So when I called, that was worse. The guy had a thick accent and it was hard for me to understand. And, it never really got resolved. So I was trying to basically say, if you could find out what those items were, I can pay for them. And, that didn't work out. Then the guy was like, well, why don't you just take the items back to Walmart? And I was trying to explain to him that I didn't know what the items were because I wasn't paying attention. And I just put them in the cabinet. So he said he was going to send an email, and I thought that was going to be, something that had the instructions on, what my next steps would be, how I can, pay for those items or whatever. And the only email that I received was the emails you get that ask you to rate the support personnel. So basically the issue wasn't resolved, and that was an L, I guess, that Walmart had to take. But yeah, I'm here to say I made a mistake, and that's not to say that these things don't happen, but that particular situation, that I would have to say that was an error on my end, and I am here to be transparent and let people know, hey, that was me. Now I have to take the L on that one. And so I am definitely going to make sure, every time you go through this, it's like you just have to up your alertness and making aware that things are out of the car and things like that, because I have had a situation where I forgot to take the water, like those 40 count waters. I forgot to take the water out of the car. So, you know, those things happen, and I try to make sure that I set up my delivery situation to minimize or mitigate that effect. So that's why I was surprised when I saw the groceries on the back, because I have been putting the groceries inside the big blue IKEA bag. So yeah, that just that was a fluke. You know, that's all I can say on that one. You know, but I will take responsibility for my part on that, by not, you know, double checking. So yeah, that was all I wanted to get on here and just, you know, put my confession out there and let people know that, you know, these things happen, and you just kind of have to give yourself grace, do the best that you can, and go from there. So that's all. I will see you all in the next one. Y'all take care.